Canada's counterattack just shattered Trump's economic war. What if the strongest country in the world started destroying its future, not by going to war or going into a recession, but with a pen? What if the smartest people, the ones who made Silicon Valley the center of global innovation, suddenly thought America wasn't worth the trouble, antagonism, and chaos? And what if the country that welcomed them wasn't a faraway enemy, but the calm neighbor to the north? This is what is happening now that Donald Trump made his announcement on September 21st, 2025. He put a $100,000 cost on every H1B visa application with the stroke of a pen. To Trump, it was a brilliant move for nationalists that would punish foreign workers, make companies recruit real Americans, and bring in billions of dollars in additional fees for the government. But for the most vital industries in the U.S., it was like an economic earthquake. The government's own incompetence made the situation even worse. When asked how firms will be able to pay the new tax, Trump's Commerce Secretary said on live TV that the structure had not yet been defined. Would you have to pay $300,000 up front? Or $100,000 a year for 3 years? No one knew. The policy was not only severe, it was also incomplete. And yet, in real time, lives were being changed. Trump thought his strategy would make businesses hire labor from the U.S., but the truth is that America doesn't have enough of them. India is home to about 3/4 of all H1B beneficiaries, and China is home to another 12%. 2/3 of these jobs are in disciplines related to computers, which form the backbone of the digital economy. These people are not just doing jobs that can be thrown away. They are the people that develop the next generation of technology, build artificial intelligence, and build cloud computing. They are the ones who helped America get ahead of the rest of the globe. Trump did not make America stronger by putting a price on their presence. He messed it up. And while Washington was in upheaval, another leader quietly moved into the forefront. Mark Carney, the Prime Minister of Canada, could see what Trump couldn't. He knew that talent is the real money of the 21st century, and that the United States had just said it was against it. Carney has been getting ready for this moment. After Trump made his pronouncement, Canadian immigration officials talked about their fast-track visa programs. Recruiters started actively pursuing worried engineers, and in just one weekend, more than 1,000 highly trained people said they were interested in moving north. Carney didn't need to go off on social media in the middle of the night. He didn't have to make up policy on the spot from behind a podium. He was calm, methodical, and strategic in his approach. There was no way to make the difference clearer. Trump ruled by throwing fits. Carney ran things on purpose. But Carney's answer was far more than just about immigration. He knew that the problems in the United States had given Canada a chance to change how it was seen around the world. Carney announced his Buy Canadian plan at the Council on Foreign Relations in New York City, which is on American soil and is home to America's own foreign policy elite. Canadian taxpayers' money would no longer go to overseas suppliers while Canadian businesses struggled. The government would now put Canadian businesses first with every dollar it spends, whether it's on health care, defense, or infrastructure. And in the rare circumstances when there were no local suppliers, Canada would instead look to trusted partners. It was intentional and very damaging to leave it out. People no longer trusted America. The meaning behind it was huge. Carney calmly told people in the middle of New York that Canada no longer trusted the United States. People didn't get angry at the message. They clapped. For years, people thought of Canada as the courteous neighbor and the junior partner. Now it was the grown-up in the room. Carney didn't just make up this wave of patriotism. When Trump put tariffs on steel and aluminum, regular Canadians had already started to quietly boycott American goods. Barney Husso, CEO of the British AI startup Clio, said that since the H1B debacle started, he has gotten more than 1,000 direct messages from top experts thinking about moving. These weren't just entry-level coders. They were graduates of the best colleges in the world and were already at the center of American innovation. They were the ones who came up with the innovations that would shape the future, built the apps, and designed the AI systems. And Trump had just told them, "Get out or pay $100,000 to stay." This wasn't just recruiting for Carney. It was building a nation. Trump yelled at international leaders at the United Nations General Assembly, saying their countries were going to hell. Carney, who was also at the same stage, talked about breaking and starting over. He added that Canada would get stronger at home, make more diverse alliances overseas, and protect its values by inviting talent from around the world. It wasn't just talk, it was a plan. While Trump yelled about the storm, Carney calmly talked about the weather and how his country would use it. The optics were terrible. Trump split up families at airports, while Carney talked about human rights and respect. Trump's unfulfilled policies made markets unstable. Carney calmed them down with a steady plan. People were angry with Trump and pushed him away. Carney welcomed them with open arms. The effects are already clear. Engineers and scientists are asking a lot of questions in Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal. Canadian universities, which have been in the shadow of the Ivy League for a long time, are now getting a lot of overseas applicants. Venture capital that used to go to Silicon Valley without thinking is now looking for opportunities in Canada. America is losing talent, money, and trust on its own. Canada, on the other hand, is getting all three. The bigger question is whether this is just a passing storm or the start of a real change in world leadership. For a long time, America has been known for being able to attract the brightest minds and the most ambitious and brilliant people from all over the world. What will be left if that pipeline runs dry? You can't make laws that force people to be creative. You can't make creativity happen overnight. It needs to be grown, cared for, and welcomed. Trump shut the door on it. Carney opened the window all the way. This moment may not be remembered as the victory of America first, but as the quiet beginning of Canada rising. Trump thought he was penalizing immigration. He really hurt America. He gave his neighbor the most valuable thing he had: his people, their skills, and their future. And Carney, with calm precision, converted turmoil into strategy and strategy into opportunity. The last irony is that Trump thought of himself as the best dealmaker, the best negotiator who could get what he wanted. Carney, on the other hand, made the deal of the century. He got the smartest people on Earth without firing a gun or paying a ransom. All he had to do was promise them stability, dignity, and respect. And he accomplished it all while the United States was falling apart. Now, we need to know if America can heal this self-inflicted wound, or if its time of supremacy is indeed finished. Will Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal take over as the center of global innovation, or will Silicon Valley keep that title? Was Trump's master stroke what made America strong, or was it the beginning of the end for America? It seems certain that history will not remember this as the time when America came first. It will recall that Canada came out of the shadows and into the light at that time, led by a strategist instead of a showman. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.